started good. So I usually just do a little circle like that. It's about as much, if you can see that. And I go on either side of the nose, down the nose. And I'm starting to do more down here first. Why? Because you get the most coverage when you first put your brush down. And that goes for powder, creams, liquid, whatever. And this is the area that I really have strong age spots. Down on the bottom part of my face. I have one big one right there. I do not use concealer on them. And then just for coverage, I always want to make sure I've got plenty coverage right around the center of my face. So that's why I start on either side of the nose. And then move out to the cheeks. And I do straight up and down motion. There's another strong age spot on me. And I just blend it straight down. Make sure you get the crux of the nose real good. These little creases on either side. You don't want to have makeup sitting in there. And go up the side of your nose bone. Right there. And back down. And then underneath, make sure you get right at your nose holes, your nostril holes. Right there on either side. And then your chin. Okay, so you can see the line, right? So now, this is what I'm talking about. When you see this line, you want to blur that out. So now go the opposite direction. And I'm kind of going more up this way. I do not go under the eye. Some days I do if I'm not going to wear concealer. I do kind of pass over that. But I'll put on some concealer today. And again, we're just going to rub this up. And what does that do? Two things. It goes in two different directions. So your coverage option is better. Straight across where you just went straight up and down. Just make sure you don't have any brush marks. And then also, whatever's left, first of all, stamp out right beside the nose. Either side. What does that do? It just packs the pores. It does. I'm just telling you the truth. And so that makes your coverage much, much better. Alright, then with what's left over, I go over the, pushing down pretty hard to make sure whatever's kind of seeped down in the brush. I go ahead and make sure I get on my forehead. I don't like a lot on my forehead, so I do this last. And then, look at that line. Always drop your jaw and go past the line. Blend that line. Especially starting back here. Right by your earring and your ears. Just always make sure you blend that out. And then blend it on down. And then, because there's still probably a little makeup on my brush, I go ahead and blend it on down and just kind of get the brush clean by kind of going in your décolleté area. And what that's doing is kind of bringing that color from here to here. And by the end of this, your brush will be clean because you've just used about every ounce you could possibly use. But then I always use my trusty makeup towel to wipe it off in two swirling directions like this. This way and then the other way. This way and the other way. This is what I do to get makeup out of the brush daily until at the end of the week I have time to clean it. And I always shake it out just like a painter would for a really nice brush. Just kind of hit it and it loosens that back up, and then I reshape it and stick it back where it belongs. Oh, this one's going here. So that's the end of that. Nice little snap closure. Love my Chanel. Okay, then let's go ahead and do concealer. Y'all know that I have some favorites. My Rimmel is my absolute favorite, but I'm actually out of it, and I need to go get me some. And I've been using my second favorite, or actually they kind of tie, and this is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser. And it says Eraser for Dark Circles, and this is made by Maybelline, and I wear the color Fair. I thought I wore light. I wonder if this is... And I literally go right where the dark circles are and past the eye. Why? Because it's going to brighten this back area. Past the eye, and then make sure you get down there where the dark circles actually are. Now, you can do things like this. Line your nose, just like that. And then kind of blend that back out. Oh, a little triangle back out. Some people like to go down the nose to give that lighter look, which supposedly makes your nose look smaller. I completely disagree. Then go down here. Now this does, when you put light in that wrinkle right there, it does help. Same here. When you get older, either side of your mouth and either side of your nose starts sagging. Some people do this little, I always call it the weed. It goes left, right, and up. And what you're doing is you're creating a very bright space here right in front of your face, and then of course on top of your chin, like that. Now if you're older, you may want to also do this, like 3 little lines there. And what does lightening up back there do? It brings it forward. So what does it look like? A facelift, ladies. Make sure you blend well. So important that you blend well at this point. So you can either use, more lightly use your foundation brush. I don't recommend that. Foundation and concealer are 2 different formulas and they're 2 different consistencies. So I don't really recommend using that. If you can, get yourself a concealer brush. If not, you can use your fingers. Let's just use our fingers today. So I use my ring fingers because they are kind of more delicate to the touch, but you can really, people say you have to, you do not. Because I actually push pretty hard at first to get it in the skin. And because it's so fluid right now, it's not tugging. And then I would pat it. That's just patting it in. Now, I'm going to go down beside the nose, make sure we clear this out, and then just kind of blend all of this outward. Okay, so see, way too much product left. So I switch to another finger and finish blending it out. Mainly the edges, like go to where the edges are and just blend them out. Down and out. Switching back to my original finger and then using the second finger. What's that do is just taking some off. Yes, baby Bree, I hear you, honey bun. Okay, now we're just making sure we got that real good on either side so you don't have a big chunk of makeup here. Because little craters like that, wrinkles in the skin, folds in the skin tend to hold makeup. So just make sure you blend it back out really, really good. Circular here, straight across there, down into the pores, and then just kind of. Okay, so now the only thing about not using a brush, which that's fine, you don't have to, just make sure you wash your hands. I don't have a basin right here, so I'm just going to use my makeup towel. The other thing you can do is pat this again a 3rd time, and what that's doing is pushing it into the pores and taking it off of your face. Now I'm starting to smell that candle. That smells so good. Okay, so we've done our concealer. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on my mouth just because I'm talking a lot and so my mouth is moving. It's a big part of it. A lot of people wait to the end to put their mouth on. That's fine too. I'm going to go ahead and put mine on today. Guess what I'm using. Here we go. Cupid's bow. Bree says hi. Okay. There. Okay. The reason I always slow down right here. This is a semi-permanent product. What that means is, once I put this on, it's on. It's on for the day. So make sure you get it right. This is my Chanel Lip Intense lipstick. Comes in a tube. Color on this end, soft rose. This end sets it. It's a gel lip gloss. So what it does is it sets the product. It's shiny like lip gloss. And it's a moisturizer. And I'm done. It will be like this all day. It's so good. I've tried so many things, y'all. Nothing even comes close. I can't switch because nothing stays on all day. Nothing stays moisturizer. I've tried some other things that aren't matte. I'm just being very honest. I've tried both of these and they stay on all day, all night into the next year. These are from Maybelline. So if you like matte and no gloss, these are perfect. They're Super Stay Matte Inks. I've used both of these. The red one is called Pioneer color number 20 and the mauve one is called Ruler color number 80. And I do like these. But they don't have a gloss finish. And I seem to remember they did come off on like cups, but they didn't come off my lips, so I don't know how that is. How is that? How could that be even possible? But anyway. So let's go with brushes only today. I'm not going to use my brow crayons, because I could use one of my brow products like this. This is Maybelline's Brow Precise. I think this is in light brown. I do like that. I do like to brush my brows before, just to get them, you know, up before I start shaping them. But instead of using that today, I'm going to use a short shader for when we get to my brow. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with a Sigma Beauty E55. This is a shader. It's just a regular shader brush. And just notice the difference in this and this. It's more, it can get in under the brow easier, so that's why I use that. Whereas this, I use this one. This is the large fluffy E50. And I use this one for this huge area in between that's the transition area. And then to get precise in the crease, I use this one, which is an E45 tapered brush. And so it points and it can get into the crease better. These are definitely the three I use to get ready. So if you're just going to do, you know, something, well, I have to say I have to add this because I actually line with my short shader. People call these a smudger brush. Sigma Beauty calls them the short shader. It's an E20. These are my essential eye brushes. Now, if you want to add a shiny color on your lid, you can either go ahead back to your shader, or you can use a flat shader, which I do love that, and that is the E60 large shader. And see the difference? It's larger and it's flatter. Just a little bit flatter. And it's actually tapered. They're all kind of tapered a little, just to make blending better. But this is great because it's flat for just laying. It's almost like laying your finger. Nothing's better than your finger for putting a foil or a shimmer on your lid. But so let's get started. Today I'm going to start with Kindness. Or should I start